Hello everybody, and welcome back to another new video. It's me, Will, reporting today from the park. As you can see, we got a little bit of a gloomy day here in Atlanta. Very overcast. We actually got some really bad thunderstorms last night and this morning, but fortunately those went away, so I was able to come here to the park for lunch and to make this video as well. And what I wanted to cover in this video was what I like to call the upcoming Epic Concert Week, June 2023. Essentially 5 concerts that I've been anticipating for this summer coming in the next 8 days. So as you can tell, it's going to be a very busy week for me when it comes to live music. And just so you know, I'm going to try to make at least one shorts video in my channel showing you at least some clips from each of the concerts that I go to this week for Epic Concert Week in June. But anyways, let's go ahead and go through the list of concerts that I'm going to this week. The first one is tomorrow, Tuesday, June 20th. The Pixies are playing here at the Coca-Cola Roxy with Franz Ferdinand and Bully. If you know, the Coca-Cola Roxy is the arena that they have built right next to the new stadium for the Atlanta Braves. Really nice arena, by the way. Really cool concert venue. The only thing that I don't like about that venue is that it's really hard to find parking, and if you do, it's really expensive. But anyways, really looking forward to going to see the Pixies again in this tour for the, I guess technically it's considered the Doggerel tour from the record that came out last year. Really great new record from the Pixies. If you watch my channel, you know I'm a huge fan of the Pixies. I go to see them every time I can, every time they come to town. And this one's going to be no exception. I think it's going to be a really good show. And I think the lineup of the Pixies has really solidified with the addition of the steady bass player Paslin Chanting on bass. I think they sound very, very tight with this lineup. So really looking forward to that show. And the openers for this tour are excellent. Franz Ferdinand, classic early 2000s power pop band. And Bully is actually one of my favorite new indie rock bands right now. And they just recently released an excellent record, which is called Lucky for You. Excellent record, in case you haven't checked that out. I haven't picked it up yet on vinyl, but I do plan to pick it up. In fact, if I see it at the merch table tomorrow, I will definitely pick up a copy of Lucky for You from Bully. But anyways, that's the first concert from Epic Concert Week. Again, Pixies, Franz Ferdinand, and Bully tomorrow. And the next one is going to be on Friday this week. So we get a little bit of a break until Friday. June 23rd, Cloud Nothings is playing with Waves and Ultra Q at the Masquerade. Again, if you watch my channel, you may be familiar with Cloud Nothings. Excellent indie rock band. A little bit of a pop-punk influence in their music, so definitely up my alley. I think their last album that came out maybe 2 years ago, I made it to my top 10 albums of that year. Really great album. I forget the name of the record, but I'll put it here in the description. So they're always great. They always put a really good show. Waves, I don't know much about Waves, but what I've heard, I have liked, at least from the stuff that I've listened to on streaming and on the radio. And Ultra Q, the opener for this tour, is actually a really interesting band led by Jacob Armstrong, who actually goes now by the name of Jacob Danger. He's the son of Billy Joe Armstrong. And I saw that band live at Shaky Knees last year, and they were excellent. It's hard to describe their sound. I guess I would just call it alternative rock or indie rock. But a little bit of the faster pace, and they also have keyboards, so they have a little bit of that 80s sound into their music. Really interesting band, definitely worth checking out. So if you go to this show, make sure to go early so you don't miss Ultra Q. All right, the next show is going to be on Saturday, June 24th, and it's going to be a dream come true for anybody that grew up in the 90s. Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds, he's going to be playing with Garbage and Metric at Amerisbank Amphitheater here in Atlanta. I never got a chance to see Oasis live, so whenever I get to see Noel Gallagher, of course I go to see him because first of all, he puts a really cool show. His albums have been excellent in my opinion, but he also includes a lot of Oasis classic songs in his set, so it's definitely worth checking out. as well as Garbage, which was one of my favorites from the 90s. Shirley Manson, she still got it. And Metric may not be a band from the 90s, but definitely from the early 2000s, but definitely very influenced in the music from that alternative rock scene from the 90s. So a really, really cool band to see. Yeah, the next show is going to be the day after, so it's going to be a very busy weekend for me. Sunday, June 25th, is going to be the Indie Rock Road Trip Tour with Weezer, Future Islands, and Joyce Manor. They're going to be playing here also at Amerisbank Amphitheater in Atlanta. When this tour was announced, I got really excited because if you see the poster, they got some really cool bands as supporting acts. You got Modest Mouse and Spoon and Mama, some really interesting bands. But those bands are not going to be playing in the date here in Atlanta. Here we just get Future Islands and Joyce Manor. Future Islands I don't really like that much, but Joyce Manor is a really cool band, so looking forward to seeing them for sure. And Weezer, what can I say about Weezer? They always kill it when they play live. I've never left a Weezer show bored or disappointed. They always put so much energy. They put a lot of effort in their sets, in their tours, in their shows. So definitely worth checking out. Again, Weezer with the Indie Rock Road Trip Tour that's coming up this Sunday, also at Amerisbank Amphitheater. All right, and the last show of Epic Concert Week is going to be The Cure with Twilight Sad at State Farm Arena in downtown Atlanta. This show, by the way, or at least this date, is already sold out. Crazy to think that they sold out the big arena in downtown Atlanta. They actually had to add another date the next day at the same venue. That's how much demand there is to go see The Cure in this tour. But anyways, of course, the Cure and Robert Smith, they have been in the news a lot lately with the ongoing feud that they have with Ticketmaster, with all the fees that they have been charging to the fans and the fees on top of the fees. It's just too much what they have been charging, and we all know about this if you go to concerts. But anyways, any chance I get to go see The Cure, I take it because they always put a great show. I don't think they have released any new music in a while, so it will be interesting to see what the songs they will play on this tour. I wonder if they're just going to stick to the greatest hits set list, or they're going to throw in a few deep tracks here and there. It's always interesting to hear the set list on the Cure shows. But anyways, looking forward to that one. Of course, The Cure with the Twilight Sad at State Farm Arena. That's coming up next week on Tuesday, June 27. So that's it. Those are all the 5 concerts that I'm going to in the next 8 days. Let me know in the comments what you think about those shows. Are you going to any of these shows for these tours? Are you going to any other tours or concerts this summer season? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye-bye.